Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives, which is for Indian art, culture and heritage. In the contest, we visit multiple sites. We go there, we study them in detail, we find out why it is so special, what is the uniqueness of that particular site, and then we make videos depending on the information we get at the site from the guide, from the boards, from the brochures, and then we come back. We analyze all these things and try to get more information either from the YouTube or from the Google or from different websites. And after all that thing, we prepare a video which actually is based on the information we get from all these sources. There is nothing of my own in it. So it is just a videography which I do by myself, and the information which I collect from the different sources and which is displayed here. So today's contest we are going to go to Ajanta. Where is Ajanta? It is in Maharashtra, CHATRAPATI SAMBHAJI Nagar district, and it is famous for the caves, Buddhist caves. So almost all of them are Buddhist caves and we are going to visit them. We are going to see them, what is a speciality of each and every cave. Though they are famous for the art and culture, there are many points which were at that time not existing in the world. So they were pioneer in many of these things. Which are these things? Let us go and find out there. I'll tell you when we will be going in a specific any portion of that. I'll be telling you what is the special of it. Now we have come to Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. We have gone to Ajanta caves. Then we have taken a bus which will take you to the caves. Now let's have some brief introduction about the caves. The Buddhist rock-cut ancient monasteries, or they are called viharas, and worship halls which are called chaityas, are located near Ajanta village, north central Maharashtra state of India. These are celebrated for their wall paintings. The temple are hollowed out of granite cliff of Sahyadri, which is formed by the lava, and these monuments are prepared inside. There are many caves which are more than 70 feet. Now, rewind the Veguna river valley. It is 65 miles northwest of the Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, at a site of great scientific beauty and a feast for those who are studying Indian art, culture, and they will find here a uniquity of that time which was nowhere in the world existing at that time. The group of 30 caves were excavated between the 1st century BCE, that is before Common Era, and 7th century CE, that is the Common Era. So this range is of 1st to 7 is 800 years, because one is before and one is after Common Era, and consist of two types, that is chaityas, that is and viharas, that is monasteries. So chaitya, that is the sanctuaries, and viharas, that is the monasteries, are the two broad divisions of these caves. Those sculptures, particularly the rich ornation of the chaitya pillar, is noteworthy. It is the fresco type paintings that are the chief interest of all the scholars all over the world to watch how they are created, how beautiful they are, and how is that they are lasting for so many years, thousands of years they are lasting. So that is the main interest of many scholars to appreciate this beauty. They come from all over the world. These paintings depict colorful Buddhist legends and divinities with exuberance and vitality that is unsuppressed in Indian art. So all the specialities of Indian art you will see here, and this is one of the most pioneering Indian art. The caves were designed or designated or they were rewarded UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 as truly, because this is one of the rarest thing in the world and it should be known or brought to the notice of Indian as well as outside people. So UNESCO is doing great work for that. So also ASI. The Ajanta caves constitute the ancient monasteries and chaityas, as we are seeing. The different Buddhist traditions carved into a 75 meter, that is 246 wall with a rock cut. The caves also present painting depicting the past lives and rebirths of the Buddha. The pictorial tales from Aryasura's Jatakamala and rock-cut sculptures of the Buddhist deities are carved here. The text records suggest that these caves served as the monsoon retreat for the monks as well as retiring site for the merchants and pilgrimage in the ancient India. While vivid colors and mural wall paintings were abundant in Indian history as evident by the historical records, the cave number 1, 2, 16, 17 of the Ajanta form the largest corpus of surviving ancient Indian wall paintings. If we consider that era, it is one of the rarest thing in the world. There are very few world other sites which are surviving that of the Ajanta. Most of the Ajanta cave and almost all the mural paintings date from nearly 600 years later during the second phase of the construction. So as you know, this is constructed in two phases and there's a difference of around 600 years between two phases. The painting in the Ajanta caves predominantly narrates the Jataka tale. These are the Buddhist legends describing the previous births of the Buddha. These fabs enable ancient murals and cultural lures and are also found in the fables and legends of the Hindu and Jain texts. The Jataka tales are exemplified, though the life examples and sacrifices that the Buddha made in hundreds of his past reincarnations are documented there, where he depicted as having been reborn as an animal or human. So he was reborn in human. The mural painting survived from both the earlier and the latter groups of the caves. The several fragments of the mural presented from the earlier caves 10 to 11 are the effectively unique survivals of the ancient paintings of the India from the period and not slower than that of the Satavahana era. If not earlier, the Indian paint had mastered it an early, easy and fluent naturalist style dating with a large group of people in the manner corporate to the reliefs of the Sanchi 5 Toran crossbars. So they are compared with the Sanchi 4 Toran bars. Some connects with the art of the Gandharva can also be noted, and there is an evidence of shared artistic items from the Gandharvas. Four of the latter caves have a large and relatively well-preserved mural paintings, which represent the great glories not only of the Guptas but also of the Indian art. They fall into two stylistic groups, with most famous in the cave 16 and 17, and apparently latter paintings in the cave 1 and 2. The latter group were thought to be center or later than the others, but the revised chronological proposed by the Spink would place them in the 5th century as well. So these are the different scholars which are putting them in different era, but the difference is not more than 50 or 100 years. For us, it's a treasure from the ancestors. Then perhaps contemporary with it in more progressive style, or on one reflecting a team from different regions, the different era, different ages, different dates are stated. The Ajanta frescoes are classical paintings and the work of the confident artist without clunches, rich and full. So you can imagine how much difficult it would have been to paint them. They are luxurious, then sensuous, and celebrate physical beauty, then aspect. The early Western observation that felt were shocking, out of place in these caves were presumed to be meant for religious worships and ascetic monastic life. So that was their earlier interpretation of the Westerners. The paintings are in dry fresco paint on the top of the dry plaster surface rather than into a wet plaster surface. This is the technique in which the paint has been made. The painting appeared to be the work of the painters, supported by discriminating consciousness shifts and sophisticated patrons from an urban atmosphere. The paintings were widely practiced and appreciated in the Gupta period. Gupta period was, as you know, in an earlier phase, that was the best period as far as these cave temples are developed. Unlike much Indian mural paintings, corresponding or compositions are not laid out on the horizontal bands like phrases that you will see more in the temples. But here they are not like a horizontal bands, but show a large scene spreading in all directions from a single figure of the group at all the centers. So that is a distinct difference between the paintings here and the phrases on outside temples or otherwise of that period. The ceilings are also painted with sophisticated and elaborated decorative motifs, many derived from the sculptures. So this is a technology of painting and the types of painting and how they differ from the other temples that we are given here. The painting in cave number 1, which corresponds to Spink, was commissioned by Hari Sen himself. Concentrate on the Jataka tale, which show previous lives of the Buddha as a king rather than a deer or elephant. So these are the few misconceptions which are clear here. Or in that, as in other Jataka animals, the scene depicts the Buddhist as about to renounce the royal life. So that has been shown there, that Buddha is renounced, he is going away from the royal life. In general, the latter caves seems to have been painted on the finished areas as excavating work continued elsewhere in the cave, as shown in cave number 2 and 16 in the particular. According to Spink's, most of the references we are getting from him. According to Spink's account, the chronology of the caves and the abandonment of the work in the 748 after a brief busy period accounts for a presence or absence of painting in the place, including caves number 4 and the shrines of the cave number 17, the latter being plastered in a prepared painting that were never done. So this technologically how they differ I have given here in the previous one, and the latter one were plastered in preparation of painting that were not done in earlier paintings. Now we'll see these. These are the different walls which are different paintings. As I told you, they are spread horizontally as well as vertically. You will see them on walls also and on ceiling also. This video is particularly meant only for the paintings, so we'll be only discussing about the paintings and wall paintings. It is really bit difficult to show you on a camera photography because the flashlights are not allowed here, and second thing is inside there is a fair dark, so whatever light available you have to photograph in that. So at actuals they are more beautiful than what they appear in photograph. These are the beautiful paintings of Ajanta. The paintings are on ceiling, paintings are on the walls, and paintings are also on the pillars. Some new reinforcement work is done here by our archaeological department. Now this will give you a span of the caves which we are seeing just now. From the entrance it will show you all the caves. These are different caves. And we got different videos covering different aspects of it. We have got first is introductory or overview video, then different videos are devoted for different topics, subtopics in it, so that we can cover it in more detail. There is this particularly shows you reflections. Can you appreciate? With the help of torch, they are illustrating the reflections or sparkling is seen even today. If you throw a torchlight, that will get reflected. These were the set. From one set we are going to the another set of caves to appreciate it. We are seeing the in-between ways also. There are designs on the ceiling. You can see them on the wall. These are the sculptures. Again, the paintings on the ceiling also, on the pillars also. Otherwise, another way between two caves. This was a cave number 1. From here you are going entrance, or now we are leaving it, so it will be exit for us. We have seen all the caves, we have seen the paintings in them. So this is the last portion of it. With that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I hope you are like this. I hope you have appreciated the paintings. You have to imagine them, the time when they were painting, and the time since how many years they are facing this atmosphere and still there. Nowadays, a good care has been taken by the ASI department as per the narrations of UNESCO. They are disinfecting it, so also they are putting barriers that birds or bats will not come inside and damage the paintings. So whatever is there today, it is now our duty to preserve it till the next generation. With that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I thank you for giving me your valuable time. If you like the lecture, give us a like. If you want to see more video like that, subscribe to our channel. Thank you, goodbye and take care. See you again in next video.